Hey friends, welcome to the Legacy Arise podcast. This is episode number 2. And the theme of this episode is Connected is Protected. And so I'm going to title this The Journey Out of Survival into Legacy. So what's up? My name's Sylvia Caldwell and I wrote the book Arise, and I'm super passionate about her Arise journey. I believe that there's a movement happening where women are being healed, and it is going to create legacy. And so welcome back to the Legacy Arise podcast. If you're here, I truly believe this is God that ordained you here, and he's awakening something inside of you. So for those of you that don't know, I have quite a wild testimony. Most of it is in my Arise book, but I started being abused when I was an infant, sexually, broken bones, and it was something that followed a lot of my life. And I can tell you, you were never meant to just survive life. You were meant to heal, rise, and build legacy. And now I am a mom of 5, you guys. 5 beautiful children, and I'm a first-generation Christian. And I am paving a path with my husband, not just for what healing is, but to actually help other people walk through it. And we're going to go through this all in my Arise book. And also I have a journey to healing, a 10-week journey where we do this together. And the foundation of all of this is really Connected is Protected. I stayed stuck in my healing journey for way too long because I didn't have the right community around me. And so I want to talk to you about chapters 1 and 2 today. And that's awakening your why. Everything starts here. If you do not know your why, it will be very hard to heal, because when things start to get uncomfortable, you'll want to quit. So we're going to go into awakening your why. What was your why? What is your why? Dreaming again beyond the wounds, because lots of times trauma can shrink your vision and it makes you think, this is just who I am. My life will always be this way. This is just my life. I can't change. And those are what the Bible calls strongholds. But healing starts when you realize there's actually a lot more for you. And I promise you guys would not recognize me from 17 years ago. Like, I was on drugs, I was an alcoholic, I was a liar, a cheater, so many different things because of trauma, and now I'm healed. So the next part of the book that we go into is chapters 3 and 4. And that's when we get into real questions like, why do I react like this? Why do I feel stuck? Why do I keep repeating patterns? Do any of you guys have patterns that you repeat and you just like don't understand why? Like, why is this something I just keep doing? I'm not going to just answer this naturally in the book. We talk about the spiritual reality behind it, because this doesn't come from just emotions. Everything's not just emotional. There is actually a real battle over your identity, your mind, and your future. And if you don't recognize that, you'll keep fighting the wrong fight. And you don't want to waste time fighting the wrong fight, especially if you're a mom, guys. Like, I know you mama bears like to fight, and there's nothing we want to fight for more than generational freedom for our children. So chapter 5 and 6, this gets really deep. These are my favorite chapters, and it goes into the healing in our soul. It really goes from something broken to something very beautiful. So in these chapters, we uncover the hidden places, the wounds, the beliefs, the things you've buried, because you cannot heal what you avoid. Like, I think I should say that again. You can't heal what you avoid. This is where many women stop, but I know that's not going to be you. This is where transformation actually begins. If you can just get through these chapters, this is where the breakthrough begins. And that's the beauty of joining the 10-week healing journey, because there's so much accountability when you know you have this group of women to come to, and we're all doing it together. So then we'll move to chapter 7 and 8. And this is where we break cycles, the old reactions, the old patterns, the old ways of thinking. And this is really big, because when you actually stop going from flight or fight to rest, your whole life changed. Your finances, your reactions, everything. Because many women are stuck living in anxiety and overwhelm and constant tension, and they think it's normal, but it's actually not normal. That's the world's way of like putting it on you that it's normal. Even in the algorithm, you can see, it's normal, blah, blah, blah. No, your body was never designed to live there. So what we're going to do is we're going to retrain it to feel safe again. And this is just like a very vague description. There's actually so much more in this. And I'm just trying to give you like a short little podcast to give you an outline of the book. But so then you're going to go into chapters 9 and 10, and this is going to be your new life and your true identity. This is going to be like stepping into the vision. You had your why at the beginning, and then you had a vision of what you want the end to look like. And this is going to be stepping into the vision. Because healing's not just about removing pain. It's more about becoming who you were created to be, your original design. So we're going to address cravings, not just physical, but emotional and spiritual. We're going to talk about the body. We're going to talk about intimacy. We're going to talk about all the topics nobody covers or talks about. Because what you're craving is often what points to what healing you need. So this part, don't let it scare you away. But we're going to talk about why silence keeps you stuck. And this part is super powerful because silence keeps you captive. When you don't process, when you don't speak, when you don't bring things to light, they all stay hidden. You guys, there's hundreds of years of generations of family stuff that has stayed hidden that people don't talk about. They don't talk about what they went through. They don't talk about their testimonies if they're Christians. Religion pushes it under the rug. That's not you guys, because you guys are creating legacy. And what stays hidden keeps power. But connection breaks that. When we speak about it, the power of darkness has no place to stay. It breaks. It breaks. So, connected is protected. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. I know this is like a super short, I guess it's not that short. We're already at 7 minutes. Podcast episode. But everything in here, I want you to know, connected is protected. When you join the 10-week healing journey, you're going through a book that you can literally buy for $2.99 on Kindle. And you are going to get connected. You're going to be connected to God, to other women, to truth, to your body, to safe community. You are going to become aware. And awareness protects you from reacting out of wounds, believing lies, and repeating cycles. When you stay connected, you're going to grow. You can't not grow. You're going to bear fruit. You're going to stay grounded. You're going to become the mom you want to be. You're going to become the wife you want to be. You're going to become the future wife you want to be, the daughter you want to be. When you disconnect away from community, that's when everything drifts apart. Trust me, I currently practice what I preach. I'm currently in a program helping me overcome weight. And community changes everything. So as a mom of 5, I was like totally overwhelmed at times, sometimes reactive, constantly in survival mode. Not so much by my 5th child, but in my first 3 children, so much. But when I slowed down, like literally I started reconnecting and everything began to shift. Not instantly, but deep, deep down inside of me. You know, those deep roots that get pulled out? That became my normal. Peace became my normal. Getting the roots out became my normal. In my home, it began to shift. My responses shifted. My capacity grew where I could then create programs and write books and do things like this. You're talking to the girl who her first baby, she was still so stuck in trauma. I didn't move. I didn't leave a house. I didn't do anything. Now I'm healed 15 years later. I write books. I create programs. And I run a household where I homeschool 5 kids. This isn't just about a 10-week transformation process, you guys. I'm going to walk you through awareness, through healing, identity, nervous system reset, and building legacy. You don't have to figure this out alone. And we go deep. Like, people ask questions. There's overwhelmed moms who just want to ask the question, like, how the heck do you get your groceries in your budget without freaking out? Like, all the different things. You can ask anything. That's the beauty of group coaching. And it's become so fun. And like I said, Do I have everything 100% figured out? No. Right now, I'm in the process. I've lost over 90 pounds and I'm in the process of losing more. Weight came on me from a very young age. And that's where I'm in a program too, to help me. And everything I learn, you know, I love to share. So if weight is one of your things, I would love to share the things that I'm learning. But if something in you is saying, this is what I need, don't ignore that. Comment Arise, okay? Grab the book. Here's the book. This is what it looks like. You can go to Amazon.com and you can get it. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's actually free. For a limited time only. I don't know when you're going to watch this video because it's YouTube, but for a limited time only, it's $2.99 on Kindle. And then I think I priced it. This is the hardcover, but the paperback I think is $15.99, and I think the hardcover is $21.99 or maybe $25. I like the hardcover, you know, because it's hard. But don't miss out on this. Like, Comment Arise, grab the book, step into the 10-week journey. And there's going to be a link down in the show notes where you can step in. You can just scan it, go to it, and you can join our 10-week journey. From this video, that's starting April 22nd, but they rotate every 10 weeks. And so I just want you to know, what you heal, you don't pass down. Whether you're a mom now, maybe you're a grandma, maybe you're an auntie, maybe you have adult children, you can still heal and bring legacy to your bloodline. It's never too late. Maybe you're not married. You don't have kids yet. Heal now. That's the time. Your legacy starts with you guys. I'll see you later.